Welcome back to Calculated Education. Today we're taking a look at an SAT math practice problem. These are great if you're prepping for the ACT or the SAT. It's still good practice nonetheless. Here we're given a word problem, and let's take a look. A semi-truck has a fuel tank that holds 125 gallons of diesel fuel. When driven at 55 miles per hour, the truck can travel 6 miles on 1 gallon of fuel. If George or Jorge fills the tank with his truck and drives 55 miles per hour, which of the following functions of D shows the number of gallons of diesel fuel that remains after driving H hours? All right. So here we're given a few relationships, right? I'm going to go 55 miles per hour. I'm also going to, when I'm going at that rate, I will be going at 6 miles. I'll be able to get 6 miles per 1 gallon. All right, it's going to be a little confusing here with our units. We want to make sure we cancel out correctly. So here we know for sure we have 125, right? That's going to be our base. We're going to have to subtract from that. So in this case, we want to look below. What do we need to subtract from? It can't be C and D because we're not dividing the entire units there. 125 is in units of gallons. That is important to know in both of these equations. All right, so 125 gallons. That means whatever we're subtracting also has to be in the units of gallons, right? But we also have to make sure we include the number of hours, all right? So in this case, if I'm going 55 miles per hour, the only way to cancel out my hours in order to get gallons has to be by multiplying H times 55. So we're going to get 55 H. The only problem is now, 55 times H, the only problem is if this scenario leaves us with units of miles. And now I need gallons. So how do I relate miles to gallon? Well, in this case, I know I'm going 6 miles. I'm going to get 6 miles per 1 gallon when I go at that rate. Right? So in this case, we're actually going to divide by 6, right? If I go a given number of miles, I want to make sure I can divide by 6, and that would cancel out our miles units, and it would give us gallons on top. So what would end up happening here? Let me just give you an example here. So we got 55, we're going to have miles, right, per hour times hours divided by miles per gallon, right? So here up top, our hours cancel. That leaves us with M over M divided by G. And if we know this fraction rule, we bring the G up here, the gallons up, and those M's cancel, which leaves us with units of gallons, all right? So if that is the case, we're going to sub this guy into up here. So it's going to be 125 gallons minus 55 times H divided by 6. If you have any questions or want to see your questions answered, email or comment below. You can email calculatededucation@gmail.com. You can also sign up for private tutoring with me at the link below and check the available times. Please like, subscribe, share this with your friends and family who are prepping. It would be greatly appreciated. And I'll see you in the next.